So today you're going to learn how to bathe a kitten at the nursery. There is a sign that's kept above the sink with instructions, so please refer to this while you're bathing a kitten if you need help. So we bathe all the kittens in the laundry room at the nursery. We have one sink, so we have to make sure that it's clean before we start. So we trust that the person before us has already disinfected the sink and it's cleaned and ready to go. And we have a few different things we can use to bathe the kitten. So in the pink bin right here, we have baby shampoo, and it's just Johnson's baby shampoo with the pump on top, so that stays in there. And we use that for everyday bathing. And then in the container with the blue is Dawn soap, and we use this for kittens that are extra greasy or those that have fleas, because Dawn is really good at kind of stunning the fleas and making them easier to get off and kill. So the Dawn can be found in here. And we have one more thing we sometimes use, which is called Pure Oxygen shampoo. And this one's used less commonly, but it doesn't foam up when you bathe the kitten, but it kills ringworm. So we sometimes use it if we're ever concerned about kittens having ringworm. We'll bathe with the Pure Oxygen shampoo. So there's a few times we're going to give a bath at the nursery. The first time is if kittens have fleas. We want to make sure that we get the fleas off of them because they can be harmful, because they will bite the kittens and drink blood. So we want to make sure we get the fleas off the kittens as quickly as possible. So to do that, we always use the Dawn, and we do a ring of soap around the kitten's neck before we bathe, because we have to keep their head dry. And if we don't do the ring of soap, all the fleas will go to the kitten's head and we won't get any off the body. So that's the time you'll do a ring of soap around the kitten's neck. The other times we're going to do a bath is for kittens that are dirty, either with food or grease or urine or feces. And then you can decide if you're just going to do a butt bath, which would just be the very lower part of the body, or if they've crawled all over each other and are completely dirty, you'll do a full bath, which is from the neck and down. But in that situation, you don't need to do the ring of soap around the neck because there should not be fleas on those kittens. So we're gonna bathe a kitten that's with a mom, and to do any bathing you need to wear gloves. So grab a clean pair of gloves in your size. You also wanna set everything up you're gonna need before you bathe. So I have my cart over here. And this is just for the queens and kits area. In the other sections, you'll have a heating pad on the table. We have our blow dryer, a hand towel to bathe, and then a small towel or pillowcase to blow dry the kitten on. So my clean towel can go with me to the sink, and I'm going to put my gloves on to grab the kitten. So as you can see, my kitten is very dirty. He has stool on him, and he's pretty greasy, so we're gonna go give him a bath and then give him a blow dry as well. So to give a bath, I have my clean towel that I'm gonna place on the clean sink area next to me. The next thing I have to do is make sure my water's on and at a temperature that's not gonna scald the kitten or make him too cold. So the sink operates by the handles right here, and if they don't work, it means that this nozzle needs to be turned. The water was already on, so I'm just going to check the temperature and make sure it's not too hot or too cold. And I do it by testing on my wrist, and I can feel it's a little warm. So I'm going to turn the hot down. And it should feel just like warm bath water. It shouldn't be too hot or too cold. So it's just about ready now. Then you just want the water running, and then you're gonna wet your kitten wherever it needs clean. So if it just has poop around the butt, you can just do a butt bath. But this kitten had a lot of dirt on its tummy, so I'm going to make sure I wet the tummy area. And all this time, I'm making sure the head and the ears, the nose, mouth, and eyes stay dry, so it's just really from the neck downwards. So he's nice and wet now. I'm going to grab my shampoo. And I'm using Dawn because he's very greasy. Just put some shampoo on there and lather him up. And you can leave the water on during this time or turn it off, whichever you prefer. So I'm just gently massaging the soap into his body and trying to get as much of that grime off as I can. Getting the belly. And because he was really dirty, I think I need a tiny bit more soap to spread around to the front. And you'll notice that I'm using my glove that's touched the kitten to touch the sink and the soap. And this is one situation where we really don't have a choice. So we have to do that. And we're going to disinfect it afterwards. So you want to be sensitive to the time it's taking because a wet kitten is a cold kitten, and we don't want to make them get too cold because it's hard to get their body temperature back up. So just try and be as quick as you can and as thorough as you can in that time. So he's all lathered up. He's still a little dirty on his belly, but I'm going to rinse him off and see how much we have left to do. So he's all rinsed. You can turn the sink off. Just get some of that moisture off of the fur. And then we're going to grab our clean towel and burrito wrap him nice and tight so he can't wiggle out. And this will also keep him from getting chilled while he's wet. Then I'm going to slide off my glove from this hand while holding him in my left hand. Grab my disinfectant and spray down the entire sink area. And not forgetting to spray what I touched with my dirty glove. Then we have clean gloves on the door. So I'm going to grab a clean glove and put it on as I go back to my section. So I have my burrito wrapped kitten. When I was carrying him back from the sink, I still held him away from my body. So he's nice and snug in here, and we're gonna turn our hairdryer to the low setting. And we have a toothbrush to kind of dry him and fluff him up. And we're gonna start drying him now. And I do a little towel dry on him first, just to get the worst of the water off of there. So you notice that the hairdryer wasn't directly up next to the kitten. It was a few inches back, just like when you're drying your own hair. And then the toothbrush helped us fluff the kitten's fur up, make him nice and fluffy quickly. And the setting, like I said, is on low, because if you use the high setting, the force is a little too strong for these tiny guys, and it can actually cause them to roll away from the blow dryer. So this little guy's clean and fluffy, more so than he was before, and he's ready to go back to bed. So after you're done drying, your towel goes in the dirty laundry bin, as do the other things you've been using. Sometimes we'll keep the toothbrushes with the kitten if they're gonna need a lot of baths. These guys don't need too many, so I'm gonna throw it in the laundry. The pillowcase or towel that you've dried on also goes in the laundry basket. And then I'm gonna disinfect my station with our disinfectant right here. So you want to spray down, like when you're feeding, you want to spray down the entire area, and then you're also going to want to spray your hairdryer that you've used as well. So I disinfect one side, and I usually grab paper towel or Kleenex to flip it over, and then spray down the other side. And that should sit for 5 minutes until the station's ready to be used again.